So this turns out to also be on 573, and it's the strstr function. Really, it is a substring within a string. So that's kind of the scheme that we're working with here for how it is that strstr functions. What it does is return for you the pointer of the start of the location of the string that you are looking for. So that's a bunch of stuff. Actually, this example here does a really good job of showing you, I'm going to call it the limitation here in working with the substring. What ends up happening is we have a character array, right? And for this array, it's 7 years ago. And what we're going to look for is for the string 7 inside of that larger string 7 years ago. So we are going to pass 2 arguments to the str strstr. The first argument is going to be the array that we're looking through, and the second argument is going to be the string it is that we are searching for. So that's inside the double quotes there. One of the things that I know is going to screw a couple of us up is the double quotes there instead of the single quotes. Remember, single quotes are for characters, double quotes are for arrays, so strings. So what ends up happening here is we are assigning the value of that to a string pointer, and that's really important because if you look at the cout statement there, what you're going to notice is we're going to have located 7 in that string, but we're not just going to return the fact that something was there. We're going to return everything that happens after the location of that substring was located. So what we end up getting is 7 years ago instead of just 7. So how could you use this? Well, there's a couple of different ways that you would have to do this. So the first of them is you could have string pointer be initialized with the value of null pointer. So remember again that null pointer only works when we're working with C++11 and newer, which is you, but that's in conflict to the idea of the C string and working with old versions of this. So, blah, blah, blah. So we can initialize that to null pointer. That's going to work for us here, but it's just something to be aware of. Now, we can say that if string pointer does not equal null, that the string was found. And we don't have to be any more specific than that, right? So sometimes if you're looking for a name in a list, was the name found, yes or no, just like you did with the previous sessions, not the most immediate previous, but 2 sessions ago, homework, that would be something that you could do. You could have the pointer there and that would work. So if that comes back and doesn't point to null, boom, that means it must have been in there. So found equals true. Or we would have to know the length of our second argument there. So we would have to know the length of string 7, and we would have to get that by using string length beforehand, and then we could say only print the characters from the string pointer through the number that we know 7 happens to be. And you can tell where this is getting a little bit messy still. So it's still better for us to use the newer C++11 string libraries because we can kind of dance around this because that is baked into it for us. But we can still squeeze that kind of functionality here from string, substring, strstr, like we would have seen in previous versions. So in this with the C string library.